What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of our Celta Vigo series. Now, today, we have got a few more games to go. We have Athletic Bilbao firstly, so I'll be playing through that game in just a moment. Then we'll probably sim the one against Eibar. We'll then play Deportivo, Bayer Leverkusen, and end the episode off with a game against Atletico Madrid away. So, a lot to come today. A few games as well. If you missed last episode, you won't know who joined the club, so of course there's going to be a spoiler. We did sign Marcus Rashford from Manchester United, although he didn't really start off to, the greatest way possible in this Celta Vigo side. Now, he's very quick, good finishing, his crossing's okay, but ultimately I think we need to start deploying him potentially as a striker for him to work out. I mean, 97 acceleration, 98 sprint speed, 90 agility, 88 finishing. There's a lot of good stats here, and I think we do need to think about maybe deploying him as a striker. Of course, 4-star, 4-star, and he is just a solid choice. The only thing is that he only has 74 composure. Comparing it to Belotti, he's got 81. So I might consider swapping it back to the 4-1-2-1-2 and playing Sisto maybe in cam. That could be a way we choose to do this, but I'm not 100% sure right now. Of course, with Fekir on the bench and such, it's quite difficult to get all of these good players in the side. And I also showed you as well that Pereira had scored 9 league goals this season, and yet he's not in my starting 11. So again, another player I have to consider. But for the league table itself, we sit 1 point ahead of Real Madrid, and there's 16 league games remaining. Of course, I did ask you guys about the fact that we are still in the Champions League, and should I prioritise the Champions League maybe over the Liga? There was quite a few comments saying yes, and there was a few comments saying, possibly the Liga would be the best way to go. But then on the other side of that is as well, our team probably is strong enough to challenge in both. So I don't think I have to sacrifice one to be able to win the other. But maybe if there's a game like Bayer Leverkusen here, and then a few days after we take a game in La Liga, maybe I need to focus on that game, and then obviously rest players and play a weaker side in La Liga game. That was what I was meaning basically when I said it. But without further ado, let's jump into the first game of the episode without me rambling on too much. I'll change around the formation and such, and we'll check it out in a moment. So for the first game of the episode, I'm going to stick to that 4-3-3 that we've been trying to play with Pion on the left, Rashford on the right, and Belotti up front on his own. And I've actually gone with the midfield three of Nabil Fekir, Andres Pereira, and Alan. Of course, I dropped Cyprian in the last episode due to the fact that he didn't play well and he made a mistake for one of the goals against Barcelona when we lost 2-1, so I decided that I'd drop him. So Alan takes his place at CDM as he has done, I should say. Don't know what kind of English that is. But yeah, so no Golovin in the side, but of course we can bring him off the bench if we want to. And also, we've got some other players on the bench as well to be able to use, the likes of Cyprian. So we'll see who comes in, who stays on, all that good stuff. But without further ado, first game against Bilbao. I'm feeling pretty confident, but of course it is the first game of the day, so might be a bit bad. Bear with me, guys. And Pion Sisto is currently the league's top scorer, if you remember. It is not Andrea Belotti this season as it has been in the last one. Here is Pion Sisto. I tried to play that pass towards Belotti. I saw the run coming in, but the defender did a really good job in order to stop me going forward. And now Hugo Mayo with some defending to do. He didn't have a good last episode either. So need to see improvements from Hugo Mayo as well today, because a shocking episode last time out. I don't want to see that from our club captain. Pereira. Lovely play. Marcus Rashford up towards Andrea Belotti, who has the run on the defender. He hasn't really got an angle to shoot here, Belotti, but I'm going to take it on regardless. And it's only just over the top of the crossbar. I've got to say, though, I think he should do better. He's got to test the keeper there. I know the angle's tight, and he wasn't too far away from finding it, but you'd expect a player of his quality to actually, test and work the goalkeeper. But inside 7 minutes already, I'm seeing that this Bilbao backline, that was a tough thing to say, looks a little bit weak when we play the balls forward. So I'm hoping they're going to give us a bit more space than maybe they should. Rashford, Belotti again. Belotti, curling one. Belotti, just wide of the post now. He really does look like a former shadow of himself, really, doesn't he? And I got that the wrong way around. A shadow of his former self, I should say. Oh, man, again. Got to hit the target. I am going to actually make a formation change because I don't think this 4-3-3 suits us very well. There was a suggestion to maybe go to a 3 at the back, but again, my defending is not good enough to be able to go to a 3 at the back. I get punished so often for it. So, yeah, I don't want to go with that 3 at the back. I'm maybe considering actually putting Rashford at cam. I think I'll do that, actually. The only problem with this is that we have 3 very attack-minded midfielders in Rashford, Pereira, and Fekir. So I'm going to actually instruct Alan to stay back while we attack. But yeah, the suggestion about the 3 at the back, I might try it out, but I don't want to do it when I'm this close to, Real Madrid. And the last time we did try it out, actually, it didn't work wonders. So I'm kind of on the edge with that one. We are going to switch to that 4-1-2-1-2 that did seem to work previously and see if we can get something going. Sisto. Rashford. Now it's good. Marcus Rashford! And now he hits it over the top of the crossbar. Just hit the target. What? Why are we struggling to work the goalkeeper? It's as if we've never shot a goal before. I don't understand why so many of these shots and efforts are going so far off target. That's a free kick, ref. Nothing given from the referee for that foul on Marcus Rashford, and now they come away with this. That's a joke of a decision, ref. Fakir. Sisto. Good work from Pion. He still kept that as well. Pion Sisto. Kepa saves it. Belotti's rebound. And that's another weak attempt. I'm telling you again, how many attempts do we need before we're going to find this back of the net? Another poor shot from Andrea Belotti. I'm considering actually dropping him. I'm not even joking. Pereira. Oh, come on. Got to go through there. Ruel Garcia picks that up. We need to win the ball with Mayo. We do it again. But again, I'm considering dropping Andrea Belotti from the side because he just isn't performing. Diaz to Golovin. In towards Fakir. We need Golovin to be the man to step up. He's been brilliant recently, Golovin. Now Rashford sent through by Pion Sisto. Marcus Rashford, not a lot in front of him as he looks to use Pion Sisto again. Sisto's there! Pion Sisto scores! Celta 1, Bilbao 0, and there is the breakthrough. And of course it came from our top scorer this season, Pion Sisto. I didn't think the chance was going to come though, because when I got the ball here with Rashford, there was like 4 defenders in front of him, nobody making the run. And then up steps Pion Sisto, keeps his calm and just side foots it past Kepa in goal. And we do take the lead in the game. It's taken us 60 minutes. And now, this is where I worry, because Bilbao, who have been on the back foot the large parts of this game and defended for large parts, are now going to start committing more men forward. And it comes down to us trying to defend this now. 10 minutes left. Acosta down the right. Alonso chasing him back after he misplaced his pass. Cross whipped in. Pau Lopez comes out to punch. And again, the lack of conviction in this side has really troubled me today. That's not a convincing punch by Pau Lopez. Straight back to a Bilbao player. Golovin with some defending to do. He was brilliant, by the way, in the Spain-Russia game where Spain were knocked out in this year's World Cup. And Alan steps in to win that. If you didn't already see the result, obviously, I spoiled it for you. But yeah, as I say, he was brilliant in that. Pereira, there's a man over. It's Pion Sisto. He's found him as well. Pion Sisto! And it's 2-0 Celta Vigo. The Dane was never going to pass that to Rashford when he got through one-on-one, and completely there. Counter-attacking move. Sisto makes it 2-0, and think that's his 18th of the season as well for Pion Sisto. Sensational season he's having. And in the end, it's been quite an easy 3 points here, even though we've been pretty poor. Lovely ball over from Pereira, I think it was, and then Sisto. Same area of the goal he scored his first one in, except this time it's with the left foot. Lovely finish. Hoisted up the field by Bilbao as we will get it back here, looking for a third to really cement this win. Pereira, we don't need the third because this is pretty much going to be the final kicks of the game. Sisto gives it away, and now we'll steal it straight back as he looks out towards the wide where Marcus Rashford is. Rashford cuts inside, needs a goal potentially to get his confidence up. And in the end, it's shot straight at the defender. But it is a 2-0 win for us. We do get the 3 points, which is important. Adds a little bit to us. And honestly, I think this might be Andrea Belotti being dropped because Sisto is the only real one up top performing right now. You know, scoring the goals. And I think that Marcus Rashford needs to play up front for him to really be effective. So I'm not sure what lies ahead for Andrea Belotti. And it's a worrying time for the Italian. And of course, every game from here on out is pretty important because, again, Real Madrid match our win with a win themselves. So they remain a single point behind us in second place. So we still need to make sure we're keeping tabs on them. Making sure we know where they're going to be and how many games they're winning. Of course, Regis Crespi at the moment is our main focus in terms of trying to get him the growth. He is up to a 76 rated player. And if he keeps going the way he is, maybe by the end of the season, he can be a first team choice up front. But then when you consider we've got Sisto, Rashford, and now Belotti, who's probably going to be dropped, then I'm not so sure about the future plans ahead of ahead of Regis Crespi. Because we're simming this, I'm actually gonna probably keep the team the same, or maybe I'll drop Alan for this one, put Cyprian back in, and then Golovin can come back into the midfield as well. And they're the only changes I'm actually going to make. But we're going to sim this one against Eibar, as I mentioned, see if we can get another 3 points here. It's important that we get these 3 points, because with Real Madrid breathing down our necks, we certainly need them. Alright, so you can see the side on the left. It's a good team, and it's probably the strongest lineup in terms of rating that we're going to have. And it should be a 3 points, this one, as Manolas gives us the lead. Townsend in the Eibar side, alongside Lars Stindl as well. Alonso, that is Marcus, missing a penalty. Still on penalties, and I don't know why. Sisto, at 39 minutes, gives us a second. Having said that, though, would Belotti have missed the penalty anyway? Even though he is the designated penalty kick taker. Sisto with another brace, and now the hat-trick. He just can't stop scoring, Pion Sisto. This guy's unreal. That is now Pion Sisto's 19th goal of the season. So I lied when I said it was 18th last time, but that's 19 in this one season for Pion Sisto. Sensational. Belotti's hit 10, so maybe I'm being a bit too harsh on the Italian, but comparing it to the last season, not as great. Pereira with 9 as well, as you know. Is anybody else in here? Nope, not quite. But Coutinho is second with 11 for Barcelona. Ben Yedder obviously doing pretty well as well. He seems to be one that always seems to do pretty good. Assists, Belotti has the most. Of course he does. There's me slating him, and he's actually making a little bit of an impact. But how many goals is that now in terms of goals to game for Pion Sisto? Because I'm pretty sure it'll be good. So stats-wise, 19 in 24 with 6 assists. Madness. On to the next game we go, and I've got one mind on the second leg against Bayer Leverkusen, so I don't think I'm going to start with the usual starting 11. I'm going to make a few changes to it. I'm going to swap back to that 4-1-2-1-2 though, because it seemed to work better than it did the 4-3-3. I think I'll still play Pion Sisto. Rashford will start up top, but in the midfield, we'll bring on Pereira. Belotti can start on the bench, and we'll play him probably in the Champions League. Fakir also will make way, and Alan can come back in. We'll have Alan playing CDM with Cyprian moving out like that. Alonso will come off and Ryan Sessegnon will make a run out. And I think Vass as well. So probably bring off Golovin and we'll put on Vass like so. And in terms of that one, we've still got Abel Ruiz as well. I need to try and get involved in some first team action. But as it stands, he's very much out of the team at the moment due to the fact that other players are performing. Look how many players we've got sat in our reserves, right? That have come through our youth academy. Every one of these guys have come from our youth academy pretty much. There's a 70 rated guy in there, 74 from Xavier down the bottom, 70 for Ayala, who obviously spent last season on loan. Yeah, this is crazy. Look how many are here. They're so good as well, quite a few of them. Rossi, for example. He's a scout future star, is Rossi, so need to try and get him growing. I'm not 100% sure where Deportivo currently are in the league, but if you remember back to the first season, I think we actually smashed them 5-0 in one of the games we played against them. So if that's to go by any accounts, we should have quite a good day at the office, of course. Our team has got better since then, but then undoubtedly... So there's Vieto's delivery in towards Andone. That was a chance for Deportivo, and it wasn't great defending from us, so we need to remain focused. Sisto, Pereira, good stuff. Gets past his man, he's got Rashford making the run. Is he onside? Marcus Rashford, he is! But his finish was atrocious! What did we pay the money for? I don't know, because... he's not really performing, is he? Sisto, lovely skill, gets the cross in. Delict is there. Pereira's there. It's 1-0. He's offside. Oh. Wonderful cross by Pion Sisto. It's tight. It is so tight, but I think he's got the correct decision there, the linesman. And although I thought for a moment that it was Celta 1, Deportivo 0, I have to halt my celebrations because the decision was made and it's offside. Sisto, Vass. Rashford again is through. Rashford again, and that's 1-0 this time. Makes no mistake with that finish. And inside 10 minutes, we have got the lead. And the way this game has started out, Deportivo obviously created the earlier chance in towards Andone, which we just about defended. But then since that chance, we've had a couple ourselves. And their defence certainly looked quite weak. So I'm going to assume that we can create more opportunities. Lovely ball from Vass. Gets it into Rashford. And he keeps his calm to slot home in the bottom corner. Marcus Rashford opens up the scoring. And I'm sure that won't be the last goal we see from today's game. Here is Pereira stealing back the ball. Sisto is the man making the run in front of him. But Andres Pereira instead chooses not to use him. There's a lot of Deportivo defenders back between him and the goal here. It's Marcus Rashford. Inside is Cyprian. Cyprian's in. Cyprian for 2. I think it should be 2-0. That's that lack of finishing from Cyprian. And he was dropped recently for not playing very well. And I tell you what, that finish just shows why. Sessegnon's delivering towards the box. Pion brings it down brilliantly. Sisto now looking for the effort. It's actually going to get cleared away, that as well. Unfortunate. But it really should have been 2-0. Cyprian missing. Pereira will just about keep hold of the ball as the advantage goes off the screen. But Mbaye does ever so well to win it straight back there. Crosses it across. And now Vass misses a chance. What is wrong with us? Why are we so wasteful today? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a mixture of the defender putting off Vass at the same time. But that's another opportunity where we should be 2-0 up. I'm sick and tired of missing these easy chances. Here is Mbaye again. Rashford's making the run if he can use him, and he can. Marcus Rashford has got the pace as well to go right in towards the box, and that's a penalty kick. Poor tackle, and Marcus Rashford's brought down from Kramer. And it's going to be a penalty for Celta to make it 2-0. Only the yellow card for the German. But I think it should have probably been more. Rashford is in on goal. Potentially I'm being a bit harsh. Who will it be? Marcus Rashford has taken responsibility. And he is technically the best penalty kick taker at the club. So it will be Marcus Rashford against the goalkeeper. Scores. Deportivo 0. Celta Vigo 2. Rashford has got his brace. Positive from Deportivo for the second half is that they're defending a lot better than they did in the first. I can't seem to break through their backline. Now, that could be as well that I'm not trying to put as much pressure on because, obviously, we've already got the 2-0 lead, and I don't want to concede a goal. I want the clean sheet if possible. But, yeah, definitely seeing an improvement in their defending in this second period. I just want to grab potentially one more, though, if I can. Alan towards Cyprian. Man over on the left-hand side is Ryan Sessegnon. He bursts into the space here. He's got time to think about his cross as well. There it is towards Vass, whose volley goes straight underneath the goalkeeper and into the bottom corner. That is horrendous goalkeeping from the Deportivo man. It's the first time he's really been called upon in this second half, and he couldn't deliver. What a shocking attempt that is. The volley from Vass, to his credit, kept it down on target. He couldn't do much more with it. But wow, that was really, really bad goalkeeping. Celta 3, Deportivo 0. Horrendous. Suarez cross in. Rashford will come away with this, though, as it's defended by us. Regis Crespi now is up a long way, and he's waiting for the run of Marcus Rashford. If he can use him, it's great. Rashford's in for the hat-trick. Marcus Rashford, he has to go across the goalkeeper. It's 4-0 Celta, and this keeper has had a shocker today. That shouldn't go in. I know the driven shots are pretty good, but Rashford's quite a way out here, and I've got to admit, the keeper has been appalling. Deportivo 0, Celta Vigo 4. It's the hat-trick for Marcus Rashford. I said if we deploy him up front, maybe he'd have more success. But then having said that as well, obviously mean no disrespect, you know, Deportivo aren't really what I consider to be a top 6 side. So we should be winning this quite comfortably with the team we in fact have. It's a lovely finish from Rashford, but I think the goalkeeper should do better. That's a nice ball, actually, first time. Tell you what, all of a sudden Deportivo playing first-time football have looked more deadly than they have the entire match. De Ligt, though, wins that back and does well enough to defend. Last minute of this one. Have we got one last opportunity? No, we haven't. The referee brings it to a close. Marcus Rashford will collect his match ball. 4 shots, 3 goals, 4-0 win. Everything went fine. We just need to hope that Real Madrid will drop some points to allow us to be able to, you know, move forward. They're not playing at the same time as us. Barca do play after this, though, on the Saturday. So they're actually not far behind as well, I think, in 3rd place. So there's a lot to think about. If Real Madrid win their game and Barca win their game, then it's all up in the air to play for. But of course, as you can see there, the next one that we are focused on is the game against Bayer Leverkusen. I only made the one change as well against Deportivo, so I don't have a lot of players that are going to be fully fit for this, but I think I've got a good enough side to win this, as Regis Crespi grows to a 77 rated striker. Fantastic. Back to our full strength side for this bit of Bayer Leverkusen. They're coming to our ground. Of course, we do have the 2 away goals to fall back on if we need to do. But look at this team, man. It's so good. We've got Lopez in goal. Back 4 is Alonso, Diaz, Manolas, and Mayo. Midfield 4 is Alan, Cyprian, Golovin, and Fekir. And of course, up top, Sisto and Belotti. So the 2-0 aggregate lead, as I mentioned, it's going to be difficult for Leverkusen to really come back in this game. I think we are probably 80% through. We just need to defend enough here, not concede an early goal, because early goals put the pressure on, make it very nervous. So we need to defend from the offset, try and dominate the game, control it, and do as much as we can to make sure that Leverkusen touch the ball as least as they can. So that's going to be the game plan today. I've overloaded the midfield, and that's what I want to see, of course. You saw the Leverkusen side, but I will come back to it in just a moment when it pops up. Wonder if Dani Garcia's in that team. We saw him last episode. We obviously sold him to Bayer Leverkusen. So he captained the side as well, I think, in the last one. We'll see if he's captaining it again. Obviously, Vollen's in there. Who else do they have? Leon Bailey. Is Leon Bailey still there? Potentially. I don't think I saw Leon Bailey leave Leverkusen as of yet. You saw our side, but there it is again for anybody wondering. Golovin, arguably the best midfielder at the moment at the club in terms of form. We've obviously got Sisto, who definitely is the best striker at the club in terms of form, no doubting that. Defensively, have we got enough to keep the clean sheet? That's going to be the question mark. And later stages of the Champions League as well, you're going to need to defend quite well, where we haven't been able to do. But for Bayer Leverkusen, this is their team. Dani Garcia does start and captain the side. Leon Bailey is still there. Sarabia out on the right. Kevin Volland and Ika Munayin as the 2 strikers. And then the back 4, Bender starts, his brother, of course, in the midfield. Kimpembe as well. So it's a decent team, this, from Bayer Leverkusen. It's definitely one that can get chances. But we need to just control the game, as I mentioned. And from there on forwards, we will get the result. So, game underway. We might be through to the, is it the quarterfinals after this of the Champions League, if we play well enough, or we could be sinking out of the round of 16. Here is Marcus Alonso. Not sure why he's on the right-hand side of the pitch right now, and why him and Hugo Mayo have swapped wings. I didn't instigate that. That's just been done by the two of them. Alonso sees the run of Nabil Fekir and will use him as well. Here is the Frenchman. Cuts back onto that left foot, which we saw. He's in towards the box as well. Nabil Fekir goes back on the right now. And we're trying to get a good enough time to whip the cross in. There it is! Golovin's up! We lead the game by a goal to nil. Celta 1, Leverkusen 0. I thought the chance had gone from Nabil Fekir when I tried to get back on the right. And he took a weird touch. I was actually going to put the cross in with the right foot. And it didn't really come to fruition. But then we managed to get it back on the left. Here, I was hoping the touch was going to be better. Didn't work. And it goes through the legs of the defender. And up rises Golovin at the back post. And the Russian makes it Celta 1, Leverkusen 0, 3-0 on aggregate. I'd say we're 95% through now. Straight from scoring, that's a poor tackle from Golovin. So he gets us the goal and then decides to make a foul. Leverkusen's first real chance of this game to put the ball in the box and cause a bit of problems. It wasn't a good delivery though. And normally when you get that sort of position, it's normally quite bad for us because we don't defend very well, as Cyprian's the intended target of that pass from Belotti. He does well enough to win it back actually. And interestingly enough, my two strikers weren't the furthest forward. It was my centre midfielders there. There's Mayo out on the right. Has got loads of space. Andrea Belotti in the middle. Needs to get something out of this. Belotti tries to bring it down. It's actually a penalty kick. Scenes here in Spain as we get a penalty for what I think is handball against Sven Bender. I'm going to have to watch this again because I'm not sure what it was given for. My only assumption is handball because there definitely wasn't a foul in there on Belotti. I just think it was going to be the handball. It will be Andrea Belotti to step up against Bernd Leno. Belotti, going to go top right. Oh, Leno saved it. It wasn't even top right. That's poor penalty again from us. I feel like every time I take a penalty, the likelihood is I'm going to miss it. I wouldn't be good in a penalty shootout, would I, in the World Cup? I'd be shocking in that. That's a good save from Leno. That would have sent us definitely through that penalty. It's not like it's the end of the world missing it, but that should be a free kick on Nabil Fekir. What? Ref! I know you were just likely, you know, kind to me by giving me a penalty for pretty much nothing. But then you've got to give that as a free kick. Here's Mayo. Now Cyprian. Bit of space for Nabil Fekir. And there's the... oh my... How many times has he hit the woodwork for us in this series since he joined? I swear that's like the fourth one. I just can't seem to be able to find the top corners with Nabil Fekir. I thought that was going to be the second goal. But every time I try and do it, I always seem to hit the post with Fekir. Hugo Mayo from Golovin. Mayo in towards Fekir, in towards Sisto. Sisto brought down right on the edge of the area. It's a penalty kick. Sorry, free kick, should I say, not a penalty kick. We already missed one of those. Right on the edge of the area. I think it's a little bit too close, this, to really be considering trying to get it up and over that wall. I might still try it and see what comes of this. Why is Leno so central in his goal? Might even hit it towards the other side here. Because he's very, very central as the goalkeeper. Then again, I could just do this. Pion Sisto, 2-0. I don't know why Leno is so central in his goal there. That was really, really strange goalkeeping from Bernd Leno. I didn't fancy my chances getting up and down over the wall, so I just thought I'd lay it across, and Pion Sisto does grab the second. That's us through now to the next round of the Champions League, as if it was ever in doubt. Lovely finish, Pion. Now it's time for Leverkusen to throw the kitchen sink at us. Kevin Volland! Oh, man. The first chance. And we can't defend. Every time with these one shots, one goals, it's really becoming a problem for us. Not dealt with by Marcus Alonso. Straight back to Kevin Volland. The shot is brilliant. I can't take anything away from that. I'm just always left frustrated because whenever we have to face one chance, we always concede it. And I bet you that's the only chance that Leverkusen get in this game, and I bet you they score it. Alan towards Golovin, who again today has been brilliant. As I say that, he gives the ball away. Commentator's curse, right? Where do you guys think, you know, because in terms of real life, I like, you know, talking about real life stuff, and the World Cup this year has been good. We've seen some crazy results, as I need to defend. Trying to focus on this. Kevin Volland makes it 2-2. 2 shots, 2 goals, by the way. Yeah, sick. Anyways, what I was going to say is, where do you guys think that Golovin will be playing at the end of this World Cup? Because it looks like he's going to get a transfer away from the club that he currently plays for, which is CSKA Moscow. But where do you think he'll go? Juventus has been touted. Chelsea now as well, I'm seeing thrown around. Where do you think he'll be playing his football next season? Or do you think he's going to remain a CSK player? I don't know how we've thrown away a 2-goal lead here. Maybe I'm just not focused. But then again, 2 shots, 2 goals. How many times have we seen that? Cyprian. Sisto. Back towards Violent Cyprian. Please get the third. Make it 3-2. We deserve the win. What a challenge, then Bender. Oh, that was a sick tackle from Bender. That's never a free kick, ref. Come on. Stop being such an idiot. I don't know what word I was looking for, but still. Belotti. Sisto. Belotti. Come on, man. Belotti's been useless again. Golovin. Now Hugo Mayo. Mayo delivers it. Sisto's free. Pion! Sisto! Celta 3, Bayer Leverkusen 2. We're back in front. We deserve the win. We don't deserve to have conceded the 2 goals we did, quite honestly. There was nothing I could have done against them. There were just 2 sensational shots. But what a ball from Mayo. And Pion uses his head. 3-2, 5-2 in aggregate. We're going through anyways, guys. But obviously it's nice to actually be back in front in the game. We'll remain that way with the last few minutes of the game here. Ball attempted up the field of play. It's actually handball against Pion Sisto, which has actually been penalised by the referee. For goodness sake, ref. In. Shocking pass from Belotti. Nevertheless, we are through to the next round of the Champions League, where we will see our draw in a moment's time. Who are we going to face? And more importantly, will Man United be out? Well, they drew 1-1 Juventus, and I can't remember what the first leg result was, so I'm not sure yet. To show you the Atletico team, this is how it lines up. Griezmann starts alongside Diego Costa. In the midfield, they have Saul, Partey, Malong, and Corona. Blind, Godin, Savic, Vasialko, and Oblak in the defensive unit. Of course, Savic joins us next season, though. So we'll get an early indication as to what we're going to be signing with the 85 rated centre-back. He plays today, and he's got a tough job on his hands marking Pion Sisto, who has easily been the league's best player at this current time. The game has kicked off, and we are in a tough game here. I don't like playing against Atletico Madrid. They always seem to match our performance and then go probably one better. As Jesus Corona now on this right-hand side goes backwards towards Diego Costa. The lick is there, and that's a free chance, and Griezmann scored inside the first 4 minutes. Who is picking up Antoine Griezmann then? Because he just ghosts into the box. Manolas. Manolas. Doesn't defend him. Pereira, Rashford, Sisto, Pion. It's so difficult. I can't actually get space in behind this Atletico backline as Vass in towards the box. Vass! Great finish. No, it's off the post. Golovin's there. 1-1. Alexander Golovin. Oh, you can't understand how relieved I am to see that go in. Vass hits the post. And honestly, the way we've started this game has been really bad. The only player who looks lively is Alexander Golovin. And he's the man that's put us in front here. Vass somehow doesn't finish that. And much to the despair of the Atletico backline, a few players slide in to block that from the Russian, but couldn't do it. And 18 minutes on the clock, there's already been 2 goals. 1 apiece. Good play again from Golovin as he finds Mayo. Mayo to now Pereira. Pereira out wide towards Marcos Alonso, inside to Vass. Good stuff being knocked around by Celta as they will find their way through to Pion Sisto. Sisto. I couldn't beat Savic. I tried to step inside and then go around the outside of him, but it just didn't work out the way I intended. And now we're on the back foot. Diego Costa, Alan, the man to go over and try and stop him. Hasn't been able to do so, and now there's so much space. None of my players are taking up the positions they need to take up as Partey now on the ball. Towards Koundé, back towards Thomas Partey, blocked by Alan. I don't know why there is so much space in and around my box. The players that we have are not marking the correct men. Corner ball from Atletico whipped in. Manolas clears away. Rashford does very well, actually, to touch that around the defender. Stretch your legs, son. Come on, Marcus. Sisto is the intended target. Back towards Marcus Rashford. It's a chance now for Celta. Rashford got to finish it and does. Celta 2, Madrid 1. 30 minutes on the clock. From an Atletico corner, we've just scored a goal. But why is there so much space in and around our penalty area for Atletico to pick their passes? I don't know, but I'm glad I've got Marcus Rashford to stretch his legs. Good finish as well. Oblak beaten, and now we lead by 2-1. You may be wondering why I'm not celebrating these goals crazily, because I know for a fact that that won't be the end of the scoring. And I've definitely got it in the back of my mind that we are still going to concede chances, and there may be another goal for Atletico in this one, so I don't want to get too ahead of myself. As Rashford finds Hugo Mayo. Sisto is the only man in the box, though. Great delivery from Mayo. Sisto, 3-1! Yes! Now I can start to celebrate. What a cross, Hugo Mayo! And that is much more like the Celta that we know and love at the moment in this series. And of course, it has to be Pion Sisto with the goal as well. 3-1, 3 different scorers. Golovin, Rashford, and now Pion. And we now lead with a 2-goal advantage. Lovely finish as well from Pion Sisto. Referee giving a free kick for nothing here to Atletico. A challenge from Hugo Mayo, Antoine Griezmann. I don't think it was a free kick, but now defending for us to do. Whipped in towards the middle. Manolas will clear. Here is Savic. I can't seem to get the ball out of my box now. It's come from a free kick that Atletico had moments ago. Saul in towards Griezmann. Griezmann to now Koundé as he is just about done well enough there to get the ball through. Great defending Manolas. No, ref! That's completely fine! You tell me where the foul is, ref, and I might agree with you. But for right now, I don't agree with you. I don't think that's a free kick whatsoever. Ball run over, and Antoine Griezmann's going to be the man to hit this. Goal bound! Are you kidding me? Hang on a minute. Is he giving a penalty here? I think he's given a pen. The ball was in anyway, so it should be a goal for Atletico. But I think he's given a penalty to them. Scenes, if we save this, I don't know what the referee is thinking. Because first and foremost, it's not a free kick originally. Then Atletico scored a goal, which should have counted anyways. They've got a penalty, which Griezmann steps up and it's saved by Paul Lopez. Controversy here in this game as Golovin smashes that into Rosed. That goal should have stood. There's nothing wrong with that. Yes, it might have been a handball from Manolas. But at the end of the day, the ball's in the back of the net anyways. And Atletico should have had the goal stand. They didn't and we saved the penalty. It's a lifeline for us. I feel so harsh for Atletico. Obviously, I'm glad it hasn't worked out because at the end of the day, I want the 3 points. But my goodness, if that was us and they'd given us a penalty and not given us the goal, I'd have been screwing. And I've got to admit, there's probably quite a few Atletico players out there who's going to be having a go at the ref now. Let's take this back, though, because, I mean, if you look at this originally, right? All right, on the stroke of half-time, of course, I don't think it's a free kick. Manolas wins the ball. But then, this is what happens. So, Griezmann obviously takes the free kick. And I don't know what Manolas is doing, quite simply put. Wait, is it even Manolas? Okay, it is Manolas, right? I don't know what he's doing, quite simply put. Having his arm raised like that. The ball hits him. Lopez goes one way, doesn't realise, and tries then to dive and get it. Look, the ball's in the net. That goal should stand, but watch what the referee does. So there's the ref on the top side of your screen, as you can see. Ball whipped in. Manolas there does that. The referee, instead of giving the goal, runs and points to the spot. And it's made even worse because the ball's actually crossed the line before the referee's made his decision. Look, the ball's in the net and the referee hasn't even made his decision for a penalty yet. It's here that he makes it. So, for me, poor refereeing. Atletico should be back in this game. It should be 3-2. Golovin. Now Sisto. Touches the ball and gives it to Rashford. Rashford rates the run of Hugo Mayo to come in, which he gets now as well. And here is the fullback looking in towards the box to see what's working for us. Hugo Mayo crosses back post. Pion Sisto 4-1. Yes! And with 22 minutes left on the clock, that should be the game set and match here. Atletico have been beaten, and quite deservingly so. We are 4-1 up. But you just can't get away from that controversy as the first half ended. You know, if different story if that one had stood. And I really am, as much as I obviously am happy that we're going to win this game quite comfortably, the referee have got a lot of questions to answer in this one. It's Pion Sisto's 21st strike of this season, and we're not even on 30 games yet. He could well hit 30 for the season, which would be sensational. And by Niang. Oh, brilliant. Hugo Mayo. He steals it back, and now he sets us on the front foot with Andres Pereira. Defending here. It's 3-on-2. Atletico in trouble. Sisto is the man. Pion Sisto. Oh, it's straight at Jan Oblak. It should have been the hat-trick goal for Pion. Now Golovin towards the edge of the area where it is going to be Manolas. Back to Golovin. He's been brilliant again, Alexander Golovin. Back across, and then, unfortunately, it hasn't actually worked out the way I wanted. But another sensational performance from Golovin. He really is a star. 3 more minutes here, which will sink Atletico to a defeat. Rashford steals it back, and now he's got Sisto on the inside. If he can find him, Pion didn't read the pass, and Bayern takes it away for our opponents as Griezmann now comes forward. We've got the last minute of the play, so this will be the last chance saloon. Please defend, boys. I don't want to concede a second. Diego Costa gives it backwards towards Godin. He now has a chance to whip across in, and it's defended by Hugo Mayo for now, but it will be a corner ball to the home side as they are going to look for one last attack. Griezmann puts it in. It's poor delivery. Golovin heads it away, and that should be the end of the game, referee. Anytime now. Vasialko puts it back in. De Ligt back out. Offside. I thought that was the end of the game. I was about to start celebrating. And in this one, it should be now with the final few kicks of this game at the end of it. There it is! 4-1 winners. A fantastic performance to end off today's episode. Massive controversy in the game, though. Let me know your thoughts down below, because there was obviously that refereeing decision to think about. On another day, if he gives that as a goal, which he should have done, not the penalty, which was eventually saved, it would have made the game 3-2. Going into half-time, Atletico would have had every chance that they would have come in the second half and potentially got another one in this game to make it more, lively. So the referee has questions to answer, and I'm sure this will be in the papers all over tomorrow. But nevertheless, a sensational performance from Pion Sisto. Golovin, again, was brilliant. Rashford played his part as well. 2 for Sisto, an assist as well. But Golovin, you just can't deny how good this kid is. He really is a superstar. Hoping Alaves can do as solid as well as they take on Real Madrid at home. Maybe we'll get a surprising result there and they'll beat Real. Before we end the episode, though, I will show you our Champions League draw when we get to that. I'm excited as well as you guys to see who we actually pull. And I can confirm that Alaves did us the solid. They beat Real Madrid, so now we have a 4-point gap. We can finally breathe. Whew. Jeez, man, they've chased us the entire way. And with 12 remaining league games, we now are 4 points clear in this title race. Another chance for Regis Crespi to grow. Before we go, I will, of course, show you that draw. So let's get into it now. So we've got a game against... what is that? So next episode, we'll take on Real Sociedad in that one. Might sim it, it's at home, but then again, they are doing very well, so I might have to play it because they are high up in the division. As far as the Champions League draw goes, though, this is what we're going to be looking at right now. And here it is. So, for goodness sake, are you kidding me? Atletico have drawn Sporting CP. We have got Bayern Munich have got Chelsea. Monaco will play Benfica. But we will face Manchester United. Was it last season? Did we get knocked out in the quarterfinals? I will check that, but let me know in the comment as well. Because again, we've been drawn against Manchester United. We didn't deserve to go out last time as well in the last season. So I'm hoping we don't have the same thing happen to us this year. I'm ready. I'm primed for them. I want to take them on. I feel like we can do it. And from here on out, if we beat them, depending on the other results, I'll feel pretty confident moving forward. But it just had to be, didn't it, that we'd be drawn against Manchester United. Of course we would. But still... that'll be the end of today's episode, guys. If you did enjoy it, a like would be greatly appreciated. As always, thank you so much for all of your support on the channel. I really appreciate it, as always say. Sisto has been brilliant again. 21 goals this season already. He has been a star for us. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is it from me for today. And if you are new around here, like what you see, the subscribe button is down below, so you can click that and never miss an upload. I will catch you all again with another video from 4 PM tomorrow. See you all then, guys. Adios.